love you.
Shaquille motherfucking O'Neal. For those of you who don't know who this beautiful man is, he was an NBA player during the 90s up to the 2000s and was considered as one of the greatest NBA players in history. Not only was he a professional basketball player, but he also starred in some 90s movies such as Blue Chips, Kazam, and also portrayed the comic book superhero Steel. These movies weren't all that great. At least he didn't make a movie with Bugs Bunny. Either way, Shaquille made a name for himself as one of the best centers in the league and stood tall for a long period of time. He's tall. But not only that, in 1994, the wonderfully named game company Delphine Software International decided to create a fighting game starring Shaquille O'Neal, geniusly calling it Shaq Fu. And this game was shite. Shaq Fu ultimately became known as one of the worst games ever to be created, so if you know your video game history 101, then you most likely heard of this game. I don't have it. So for whatever smart-ass reason, some weirdos started an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign where they wanted to develop a sequel for this game that everybody oh so loves. With a goal of $450,000, they just so managed to reach that goal and a little more. A teaser trailer was released where they announced the game, calling it Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn, with the final words being, "This time we won't foo it up." I guess people believed them.
This time we won't fool it up. You like that one, don't you?
What's with these people wanting to revive old shitty games? We got that Bubsy game that came out not too long ago, and they also wanted to revive freaking Booger Man of all games, but you saw how that went. But the original Shaq Fu is considered to be one of the worst games in existence, so there really is only one reason why they would make a sequel. It's just for the epic lols.
Oh, we got something for you. Technology 2027. That's right, we're ahead of you.
The game finally got released a couple of months ago, and even though the original game was complete crap, I was somewhat interested in it. But I refused to pay about 20 euros for the game when it first got released. Then all of a sudden I saw that there was a special offer for the game on Steam, decreasing the price to 10 euros, so I thought, why the hell not? I bought the game and prepared for a shitfest. As soon as I started up the game, I realized that these guys didn't give a flying crap if the game was going to be good or not, after it said this. All characters and events in this masterpiece are entirely fictional. Any resemblance to people, robots, or demons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. We swear, except for Shaq. He's a real guy and the character in the game sort of resembles him from like 15 years ago. Okay, maybe 20. Anyway, the game does not represent Shaq's views on anything or anyone. He's a nice guy, leave him alone. I won't say nothing, except for the flamboyant Nazis in Lederhosen. That's pretty funny. I like how the game shames you for wanting to pick easy mode. Like, dude, have some self-respect, you fucking meatloaf. The story of this game starts with little baby Shaquille inside of a bag floating in Chinese waters. A woman picks him up and raises him as her own kid, but after growing to become taller and taller, all the kids start making fun of him and calling him things like Sasquatch.
Dance, Sasquatch!
Having nobody to rely on, an old man named Ye takes an interest in Shaq. By the way, Ye means grandfather in Chinese. How do I know that? I saw The King of Masks. They say Ye a lot. The old man takes Shaquille in and trains him in the arts of wuxing, and he eventually becomes a master.
And I became a master.
Shaquille, time will soon arrive when your strength will be needed.
When?
Right about now!
The game begins and I realized that instead of being a fighting game like the original game, they changed the genre from fighting to a beat 'em up. Now, let me tell you something about myself. I despise beat 'em ups. It's my least favorite genre. I don't think it's fun to walk around performing the same moves over and over again. It becomes extremely repetitive. Double Dragon? I don't like it. Final Fight? Don't like it. Turtles in Time? Don't like it. But I do respect these games. I'm sort of the same with hack and slash games, but they've got some more variation to them, so I guess I can enjoy them to a certain extent. But I fucking hate Dynasty Warriors. Imagine only being able to eat fish for the rest of your life. You would grow tired of it, right? That's how I feel when I play beat-em-ups. I guess. Anyway, I still wanted to play through this game despite it being a genre that I don't really like. You get to learn all the different shit that you can do, and oddly enough, I actually found this satisfying. Hitting enemies feels good, and thank God you can do more than just one stupid combo, so yay, variety. You can do a big old kick after a combo that sends people flying, you can bash into enemies to knock them unconscious, smash the ground in case you get tired of shit, and even grab a big ass sign and be like... Some enemies requires you to use a certain move to defeat them easier, but they can also counter some of your other moves, so each enemy type has its own way of being killed.
Why do you keep running off when the bad guys show up?
We didn't raise enough money on Indiegogo for my combat animations.
So it's your fault. Sometimes you get to fight bosses, and they're all pretty grotesque. There's an animated cutscene for all of them, and visually, they're pretty good looking. The goal is to go to different parts of the world to beat the living shit out of a bunch of, whatever they call them, demons disguised as celebrities? Huh, I was right. It's obvious that the game is making fun of itself and not taking itself seriously. It goes from making fun of the original game for how crappy it was, to making fun of things going on in the game, to making fun of Shaquille O'Neal himself. But it was not something that I found to be annoying. I just sat there with a big ugly grin on my face. So you've got your health meter, as well as some other things that I rarely paid any attention to, because most of the time, I just beat the crap out of everything I saw. Sometimes Shaq will finish someone off with a slow motion move, which is cool and all, but it interrupts your combos sometimes. And then all of a sudden, missiles. I can see where this is going. What is that thing? What? After beating a level, you're sent to the next one. Duh. Each level has its own theme, if I can call it that. I mean, you either fight pretty boys drugged up on sugar, douchey dude bros from Los Angeles, and, like I mentioned earlier, flamboyant Nazis. Sometimes when you fight a bunch of people, there are some stuff that you can interact with to help you win the fight. We've got barrels that you can throw at people, pick up spears and signs so you can... using backhoes to smash shit like a maniac, and roll down big old mines down on people. All of these are actually pretty damn satisfying to use. You know, maybe I've been giving beat-em-ups too much flack. I'm actually having fun with this game. Isn't that funny? Shaq Fu made me like a genre. This game just spirals out of control. There is so much weird shit going on that you can't help but to... again, beat the crap out of everything. You're fighting everything from normal humans to, or at least I think they're normal, to fighting demons, monsters, fat fucks, and all of this is going on while I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my poor excuse of an interesting life. Oh yeah, Shaquille O'Neal is in this game. Whoa. He's a cactus now. So these are power-ups, I suppose, though you only get them during certain parts. They are overpowered and you kill enemies pretty quickly, but I prefer to beat people as pure Shaq. Shaq. Whoa! Horn titties! The bosses are pretty cool. You can't just walk up to them and furiously press the attack button. You need to take care of some other shit before you walk up to them and beat the living shit out of them. Some can be pretty hard too, but it doesn't take that long to figure out how to punch a bitch.
Thanks for the ride. Thank you. If you ever need a ride in Hung Low, it's on me.
Oh, now I get it. The last stage is your own hometown, but now it's called Hell? Here you're fighting every kind of enemy that you have encountered throughout the game, but that doesn't matter because I'm just pummeling the shit out of them anyway. It's just your regular stage until you get to the final boss, which appears to be Shaq's adoptive mother, who was also the one who threw Shaq in the water when he was a baby, because she realized that he would be her demise, since she's a big ol' ugly demon. So the fight is pretty straightforward. Beat the shit out of the mobs and then beat the crap out of your mom's hands until she dies like a little bitch. With all the demons defeated, Shaq returns to China, being celebrated by the people, but not only that, Ye is actually alive, and he informs Shaq of a new, bigger threat, which...
Mere mortals tremble when they look at me. You don't get it. God worships me. I'm everywhere. I'm all powerful.
Huh. And that is Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. I honestly enjoyed this game more than I thought I would. I guess I just didn't expect anything good to come out of it, so I was a little surprised. I've always been saying that I don't like beat-em-ups, but yeah, this was an exception. I'm not saying that it's an amazing game or anything like that, I'm just saying that for being Shaq Fu, it's actually pretty alright. Hell, they even made DLC called Barack Fu, and I'm too scared of touching that. What can I say? Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn? Actually a good game. Sure, the reviews it got weren't all that positive, but hey, you might enjoy it. But is this game worth $20 or euros? Nah, not at all. You can beat this game in like 2 hours, so wait until the price drops. Or play something else, I don't know. Now you might be wondering why I'm using a PS4 controller when the game is displaying Xbox buttons. I played the Steam version, but to your surprise, I'm not actually playing the game when I recorded this. I mean, look, the TV isn't even on. I've caught you for a fool.
See, you couldn't even see it. See, that's that new move. I might give you the cheat code for that move.
This video was brought to you thanks to my wonderful Patreon supporters. If you feel like throwing some extra support my way, then you can head over to my Patreon page and receive some pretty dang cool rewards as thanks for pledging and helping my show stay alive. We've got behind the scenes commentaries for every video I make, and you can also receive a very special drawing, very much like this one, sent to your home. Ain't that cool? Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, especially on Twitter, as I'll be posting news, updates, and other random shit. Follow me on Twitch if you want to watch me livestream games and such, and we've also got a Discord group that you can join as well. Links are in the description.
How you guys doing today? I'm having a really cozy time inside my cardboard box.
Why the fuck am I doing this? Now my phone is ringing.